Welcome to another exciting episode of Cars with Big Boy Trev. Today we have so much in store, including 50 years of the Hilux. But first things first, let's check out the news. Welcome to this new segment, and today I'm with my fellow Omutangazaji, Mr. Mwirigi, who's a petrolhead, and we're diving deep into the world of Renault. They just launched the new Duster on Wednesday. We were in Paris together and we saw it. What are your takes on it?
I'm very happy to say that I'm finally excited about the fact that the car looks as good as it feels to drive. The Renault Duster was one of the most exciting cars I had to test drive last year. I went to Nyeri, I came back, I had an incredible time. It has good ground clearance, the engine is incredible, it has a lot of space. It's something that anybody who is in the market for a small SUV should consider, especially considering that prices start below 3 million shillings.
It's powered by a 1.5 litre engine producing 77 kilowatts and 142 newton meters of torque. Now all our power is transmitted to either the 4 or 2 wheels, courtesy of a 6-speed CBBT gearbox. Yes, I know I don't like CVT because it's sluggish, but it's good for fuel efficiency. That said, this particular car is very practical, especially for a young family. So it sits 5 people comfortably. It's got an amazing infotainment system that is color and touch, and is loaded with navigation that works in Kenya. That is something that Renault are really trying to push the boundaries in as far as technology is concerned. Let's go all the way to Japan, Fuji to be specific, and now Subaru have launched the brand new Subaru Legacy. Now this particular Legacy is now turbocharged. I know people have been complaining that Subaru have not been making exciting cars for the past few years, but now a 2.5 litre engine that is turbocharged, producing 197 kilowatts and 368 newton meters of torque, has been put in the Legacy, and it's again mated to, guess what, a 6-speed CVT gearbox. Again, guys, we need to just make a referendum, CVT in or out. Anyway, that said, this particular car, Subaru people love it. What do you think about it?
Look, truth be told, Subaru is not about its rallying heritage anymore. It's decided to focus on the US market, and so what they're doing is making sure that they're doing all-wheel drive vehicles that are for families.
Only issue CVT, but Subaru has a long heritage of durability, comfort, and of course, having a price point against premium brands like BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. Moving on to Ford, they've just released a set of new engines to be featured on the model year 2019 Ranger models, including the Raptor and the Wildtrak. Now this particular engine is a new engine. It's a 2-litre turbo diesel producing 157 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque. All sent for 4 wheels, courtesy of a 10-speed automatic. Now for the lower versions, what do we expect? The
lower versions are going to get a single turbo on the 2-litre diesel. That's going to be putting out 132 kilowatts and 420 newton meters of torque. Still mated to that 10-speed auto that's going to be in the Ford Ranger Raptor that I'm excited about coming to this market. It's coming out in right-hand drive, so you definitely know it's going to come to our African market, first South Africa, and definitely it's going to come here.
Now Ford have said that this particular car will not supersede the current engine ranges of the 2.2 and 3.2 because they are durable and long-lasting. So guys, that's it for the news. We can't wait to drive the brand new Ranger Raptor fast in Kenya, courtesy of Cars, a Big Boy Trev. For over half a century, the Toyota Hilux nameplate has been part and parcel of the African motoring furniture. 50 years of dominance through efficiency, performance, durability and reliability has made the Toyota Hilux the most sought after pickup in Africa. Fast forward to 2019, this new product has been enhanced to meet the 21st century challenges arising from the rivals such as the Ford Ranger, the Mitsubishi L200 and the Isuzu D-Max. So what has changed 50 years down the line? Let's start with the dashboard. As you can see, this interesting design is swoopy and curvy of nature. It reminds me of the Toyota Corolla or the Toyota Camry. Very modern, very futuristic. The highlight of this dashboard is literally this tablet style design display. It's a full color display, full touch as well. You can literally control the radio, the climate, and of course vehicle dynamics information, so you can tell how the car is behaving at any given time. Right below it is the climate control department, where you can literally control the amount of cabin air that is in, if you want it hot or cold or medium. It doesn't really matter, but you can literally control that. And of course, just below it you do have the 4-wheel drive system. Now this particular system is a switchable one, so you can switch from 4 high to high at any given speed. But in case you get stuck, then you have to stop and slow down. Then you can engage the 4-low to get yourself out of trouble. It has hill descent control, and of course, for the first time, vehicle stability program. That is very important, so you remain safe while in the Hilux. Now the seats are interesting. Gone are the days when you used to have bench seats. Now you have beautifully sculpted seats that allows you to enjoy long drives without feeling backaches and things like that. At the back, the Hilux sits 3 people comfortably. However, the center person will not be as comfortable as one would expect. In terms of safety, now this particular car has a mix of active and passive safety features. So you have your airbags, which are 6 of them in number in this particular cabin, and of course you have a knee airbag as well to protect your knees in case of a frontal accident. The primary safety equipment in any vehicle is the seat belts. As you can see, this is the main one, so always ensure that you belt up to protect you and yourself from any harm during an accident. So moving at the back of this particular Hilux, and you can see the load bay. It's deep and wide to accommodate big luggage. So if you have your groceries, your stuff from the farm, your goods or services, your boxes, this particular area is able to handle it. And remember also, it comes with a liner that protects the underneath from the rain, dust, dents and all those things. That said, it carries 800 kilograms or 0.8 tons. That is very impressive. Remember, this is a double cab, so it can carry a lot. The suspension allows it to carry that. Then again, it has a towing capacity of 3,000 kilograms or 3 tons. That allows you to tow your trailer. If you into outdoor activities like horse racing or things like that, you can literally hitch a trailer and drive this car comfortably without any issues. That said, we need to find out if this Hilux is the king of the hill as we take it through the off-road course and see the different modes of 4-wheel drive and how to apply them when you're driving the brand new Hilux. So guys, I am driving this brand new Hilux. It is equipped with a 1GD FTV, 2.8 litre engine that does 130 kilowatts and 400 Newton meters of torque. All that power is transmitted to the 4 wheels courtesy of a selectable 4-wheel drive transmission system with a 6-speed automatic with sport mode, so you can enjoy that. And of course with diff-lock and all those things. So I'm at the Morizo track and I'm about to test the full capabilities of the Hilux off-road. The first step is to engage drive, and we are on 2 high. Okay? H2.
That's normal drive.
Yes. So the first obstacle, what is it? What's the name of the first obstacle?
Open rumble strips.
Open rumble strips.
Yes.
Okay, so we're able to test the ability of the vehicle.
Here we normally test on suspension.
Okay.
From suspension, you can be able to see the articulation of the shock absorber.
Front wishbones and the rear leaf springs are able to take on the road imperfections and reduce vibrations into the cabin. Right now we're in the position where we're about to go on a rocky surface, and in these conditions I think we still do require H2 mode because there's a bit of traction, unless otherwise. Yes. The new Hilux, so far so good. I can even tell it's got plenty of traction even on H2 mode. And now we're going to cross axle articulation.
Yes.
Right? So we want to see how capable this thing is. So are we supposed to stop?
Yeah, so you stop, go to neutral.
Neutral.
Then push from H2 to H4.
Okay.
Let it engage first.
Okay, so
you only engage once the light stops blinking.
Yeah.
Then the next step is you push it to row ratio. Then wait for it to lock.
Locked.
Then you're good to go.
Alright. So
what will happen is on articulation, if one wheel is off the ground and it starts spinning,
yes,
most likely means you're stuck.
Yes.
So that is when you need to use the differential lock, so they can be able to give the other 3 wheels that are on the ground traction to the vehicle.
Are you in the market for a comfortable and modern family saloon? One that has style, performance and of course efficiency. Today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, we reveal to you something from France. Something with a bit of je ne sais quoi. What am I talking about? Introducing to you the Renault Megane. So guys, step right in the cabin of this particular Renault and you notice a lot of French design, French flair. That is very common with Renault vehicles, and this is to suit the 21st century taste and preference of the young modern family. Starting with the center console over here, you do have a large tablet style design which is touch and color and houses the climate control, the radio, and of course, guess what? Vehicle dynamics. You can adjust the various settings within the vehicle. But most importantly, it does have something called the R-Link 2 technology, which is a voice prompt command system that allows you to control certain aspects of the vehicle without taking your hands off the steering. Let's do an example.
Which feature do you want to use?
Radio.
You are in the FM radio menu. Which FM frequency would you like to listen to?
Listen to 96.3.
96.3 FM.
Guys, magic. Courtesy of the R-Link 2 technology. This is very important in this era of safety consciousness. And of course, you do have the instrument binnacle, the main driver side. It's digital, fully digital, and you do have different modes. So if you want eco, it will turn green. If you want efficiency, it will turn blue. And if you want sporty, it will go into red, which is very, very important. Of course, over here, the gearbox console, you do have quite a number of spaces. You do have cups holder, which you can adjust them depending on the size of the cup or bottle. You do have an electronic park brake, which is very important as well. At the back, it fits 3 people. Now 3 in short term, not long distance. It's quite comfortable, I agree. Plenty of leg and headroom, but the middle person will be slightly squeezed, especially if the person is sitting right next to people with the size of Big Boy Trev. That said, the front seats are comfortable, they have lumbar support and they're electronically adjustable for your taste and preference. Even the steering wheel, actually, you do have tilt and telescopic, so you can pull it up, down, up. So depending how tall you are, this particular car will suit your sizes. That said, let's move to the back and see how big the luggage space is all about. So let's move at the boot, and guys, imagine you're carrying a lot of luggage and you've reached the boot and you want to open it, but you don't know what to do. Do you put it down, up, start feeling for the keys? Well, Renault has an answer for you. This particular Megane has a new feature. Watch. So I move behind, I swipe, and voila! Open automatically. Now this particular feature has a sensor underneath the vehicle to sense when you're swapping your foot from left to right or right to left, depending, and it opens the boot. That said, the boot is quite big. It can actually fit 2 suitcases or 3 if you insist. Plus, you can actually fold down the rear seats 60-40 basis, depending on if you have large luggage or long luggage to carry your stuff in there. That said, we need to test this vehicle on the road. How is it in terms of handling, in terms of performance, in terms of safety? And of course, we'll have an overall analysis with my guest today, Mr. Bobby himself, 2006 Time of the Year award winner. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, with me is the one and only Time Person of the Year 2006, Mr. Bobby. Robert, karibu sana kwenye show.
Asante sana. Thanks for having me, Trev.
Yes, today we are sampling this Megane, and I want your maoni, your opinion about this vehicle. Do you think it suits this market?
I'm very confident in this car's ability to suit this market.
This particular car that we're driving is the E3 version.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a trim level.
It's a trim level.
Yeah, so there are only two, I think, so far.
Yes.
In the Kenyan market.
E3 and E2.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're all powered by a 1.6 liter engine that produces what? 115 brake horsepower or 84 kilowatts. And then it is paired to a 6-speed CVT. Yes, I know I do not like CVT because it whines and whines and whines. But
Fuel efficiency.
fuel efficiency is everything, and the advantage of that is literally you can do 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers. The roads are curvy and sharp, and I can tell you the steering is quite taut as you progress along, and the body doesn't have body roll, body roll when you're going through sweeps and corners.
Yeah.
You can actually think that this chassis, which is CMF platform, is quite good. It's not an old school type of chassis. It can handle these bends and crests. I like the steering wheel. It's a bit beefed up. It's comfortable, and you can drive the car very easily, as well as the brakes. Like right now, 4-wheel disc brakes, ABS, traction control to get you out of trouble, and of course ESP. So guys, we've driven this Megane. It's comfortable, it's luxurious, and has style. Question is, would you pick it over the rivals? Now the Toyota Corolla goes for 4,095,000 Kenya shillings, or if you want something from Subaru, the Impreza, 4,050,000. But the surprise is this particular car. It goes for 3.7 million, and now there's an offer. It actually costs 3.3 million if you run to Simba and find out for yourself whether this is a car for you. But what do you think?
I think it's a deal. As in, the basic equipment that you get in this is just incredible. I mean, you're talking about a high-definition reversing camera, reversing parking sensors, hill start assist, electronic stability control, daytime running lights, and that's just on the outside.
Yes, and remember, it comes with a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. You may agree or disagree with us on the findings of this particular car, but send all those queries, questions, comments on our social media handles as seen below, and we'll review them next week. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Cars with Big Boy Trev. Again, it is your show. We value your feedback. Having a flat battery is one of the most annoying things that can happen to anyone, especially when you least expect it. You need to check the health of your battery regularly so that you can get more out of it. A vehicle's battery provides an electrical charge that cranks the engine and gives life to electrical components. There are two main components in your vehicle charging system. Number one, the starter. When you turn on the ignition key, you are actually activating the starter, which then in turn cranks the engine. When the starter is not working, the engine will not switch off. Starter problems may occur due to electrical and or mechanical starter component failure or an outright breakage on the circuit. Number two, alternator. This gadget is responsible for recharging your battery while the vehicle is running. The alternator also works in conjunction with the battery to operate the vehicle's electric components such as headlights and windshield wipers. A faulty alternator results in electrical component failure or even cause engine to suddenly grind to a halt. If you have battery trouble, there are a few things you may want to troubleshoot before calling for assistance or replacing your battery. Be sure that the battery is properly secured. Vibrations caused by an unsecured battery can affect battery life. The cables of the battery terminals must be clean and securely clipped. A buildup of corrosive elements on the terminals can seriously weaken the starting power of your vehicle. So we are neutral, so we go. So we do wheel articulation. So I'm about to dip, you'll even see the angle of the vehicle. So the front wheel left. So I'm on 3 wheels, guys, 3 wheels again. So you can tell the wheel articulation of the Hilux. It's quite stable. So the axle is working to counter the weight of the vehicle. You're able to see. 3 wheel balanced. So now we're also approaching another angle called the cross-axle incline as well. So we're still here. Articulating as well the axle.
So at that point now is when you get stuck
And you engage.
the differential lock.
Okay.
Then once you start moving, automatically engages.
Okay.
Right?
There you go. So you can get stuck really when you're driving a Hilux, and if you know what you do, if you know how to use the tools that you've been equipped with by Toyota to just engage. And right now we're also getting into a 30-degree bank angle
On the left.
so it shows how stable a vehicle is on banking as well. Then we go to a even steeper one. Well guys, look at that angle, boss. You feel scared, you think like the vehicle is gonna topple, and the Hilux still is as stable as you think it is. It's done it! It's done it! Okay, and one more. Axle articulation. There you go. Next, mud pits. So this simulates your very bad conditions when you go to shags. You get stuck in a rainy, wet place. So the vehicle is still in low range and still has engaged the diff lock. So we dip in. As the Hilux gets a bath, you can tell there's plenty of traction and grunt from the engine. And then this is wading depth. What is the wading depth of the Hilux?
Normally it's about 400 millimeters.
Okay. So up to 400 millimeters you can easily wade in without...
Anything above that, you might risk losing it.
Remember, when you're going through a puddle,
Yeah.
always ensure that you're keeping your throttle constantly
Yeah,
forward,
foot on the gas.
so that you prevent backflow that can enter into the exhaust. Alright, so we're in a sand pit, loose surface, follow still works quite well here. And to feel the need of exchanging or changing ratios again. And then we're also now on rumble strips as well. Now this is the beauty of this. When you're driving off-road, remember, you have to be keen and to know where the nose is pointing. Otherwise, you'll be able to get across an obstacle quite well. Whoa. Yeah, and then finally this one, the first one, incline. What is the height of this incline?
This goes about 3 meters.
3 meters.
At 30 degrees.
30 degrees.
Yes.
So we are testing the departure angle
and the
and breakover angle.
Yes.
So I'm at the top, so I'm going up, and then I stop. And then guys, there's something that this new Hilux has. It's called it's
Downhill assist.
downhill assist control.
So what you need to do
Yes.
is stop.
I've stopped,
Use the S mode. Then
drop it to first gear, and then let go.
your foot off the brake.
Yes.
The vehicle will do the rest.
So the essence of this is basically to be able, the vehicle controls the speed down an incline, and you're able to control the vehicle without any ease. So take my foot off the brake, and my work is to steer the vehicle. And it brakes automatically just to make sure that you don't overrun, as they call it. The next one is even a steeper one. It's a 5-meter incline
Yes, at 30 degrees.
at 30 degrees. So approach angle, go up, and then now this is scary, guys. So you stop. This is scary, guys. Now this one is madness. So even if somebody tells you stop and let go, don't step on the brake, you get scared. But now I'm putting all my faith in this Toyota.
Yes.
Put off the brake,
Just steer straight.
just steer straight, and you can even feel the ABS trying to lock individual wheels and preventing it from overrunning.
Yeah.
Guys,
There you
guys, there you go. So guys, it's been an interesting experience with the Hilux 50th edition. It's tough, it's durable, and of course quite comfortable. Question is, would you pick this over the rivals? Now the Nissan Navara starts at 6.5 million Kenya shillings, or if you feel something American, then perhaps the Ford Ranger would tickle your fancy, with prices starting at 6.8 million Kenya shillings. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Cars with Big Boy Trev. If you have any questions, comments, or queries on my own, please don't hesitate to write to us as seen on the social media handles below. Until next week, be safe and drive safe.